What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I thought we'd talk about what I carry on an everyday basis for the winter of 2022. Let's get started. Alright, so first up, I thought we'd talk about just some administrative things that I carry on an everyday basis. This would be things like my card case. This is a black leather card case from Michael Kors, and it carries, let's see, 6 to 7 different IDs in there. So I keep my license, my LTC, credit cards, debit cards, things like that, all go into that card case. I also carry the iPhone 11 Pro Max as my cell phone of choice. I'm part of the Apple ecosystem. It is what it is. You know, I got my MacBook, AirPods, I got my iPhone, and I just think the keyboard on it is probably the best out of any cell phone. That's why I typically choose that. So the Pro Max, just because I like a big screen, I watch a lot of YouTube and things like that on my phone, so that's why I keep that. I keep this inside the Evo Check case from Tech 21. I've been using this case, God, since 2017, somewhere around there. I had it on my, I had an Android phone. It was from Samsung. I'm forgetting the name of it now. It wasn't the S21, but it's the one with the stylus. Either way, I forget the name. If I can remember it, I'll just note it on the video. But I switched from an iPhone to that and then back to the iPhone because I preferred the keyboard on this. But I can't recommend the Tech 21 Evo Check case enough. They're awesome. I love them. Going on from there, I've got the AppleWatch Series 5 in aluminum. So that is what I'm wearing right now. I have all types of different bands for these, but I do keep the Spigen Thin Fit case on the Apple Watch. That's just to protect the aluminum housing. And I have this in the space gray color, and it's the 44 millimeter. So I got this really just more for working out and exercising. I've got a polar chest strap heart rate monitor that will talk to this, and it will just be a little bit more accurate as I try to track how many calories I'm burning during a workout. So that's primarily the reason why I got the Apple Watch over any of the other smartwatches before that. So that's what I'm carrying on my wrist. And I also normally carry Ray-Ban sunglasses. So I got a pair of brown ones and I've got a pair of black ones. The brown ones are the RB4291 and the black ones are the RB3604s, just in case you're interested in picking those up for yourself. So that basically covers all of the administrative things I'm carrying on an everyday basis that most people are probably carrying on an everyday basis. Let's talk about tools. So for tools, what I'm carrying for a pocket knife of choice is the Spyerco Manix 2. I've had this blade since 2017. It is still super, super sharp. I do sharpen it. So, you know, Amazon boxes everywhere are shaking in their boots when this thing comes out. But I love this knife. I think it's great. It has S30V steel on it, and the blade itself comes in around 3.3, 3.4 inches. So it's legal in most areas you're going to go to. So can't recommend this knife enough. It's awesome. The one small part that kind of sucks about this knife is the grip texture itself. On your jeans, it will wear out the jeans where it meets the coin pocket. So not that big of a deal. I live with it. A little bit of patina never hurt nobody. So that's my pocket knife of choice. I love it. Can't recommend it enough. The light I typically carry on an everyday basis is the Streamlight Microstream USB. So that's this light right here. This is obviously chargeable through a micro USB. You just lift the collar up on the light, you plug it in. It has a red LED that will tell you that it's charging, and then that LED will turn green when it's done charging. On low, this light produces 50 lumens of light, and it will run for 3.5 hours on that. So that'll be roughly that amount of brightness. And then if you do like a half tap and then a full tap, that'll go to high mode. And that will be 250 lumens of light that will last for 1.5 hours. So that's high. That's 250 lumens right there. So just a really great EDC light. It's, you know, to help find keys, that fall underneath your seat, things like that. I do use it almost every single day, and I've had this since probably the same time I got my pocket knife, which was around, actually no, that's a lie. I got this in 2020, because I remember it was still towards the start of the pandemic. So yeah, I've had this light for going on 2 years now, and it's been a great light. I love it. I charge it maybe like once every 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, it holds a charge for a really long time. So great pocket light. You don't even know it's there. I highly recommend it. Another light I do carry, and it just kind of depends on what I'm doing for the day. So if I expect to be outside later afternoon and into the nighttime, I'll carry my Olight Warrior M2R Pro. This is an 1800 lumen weapon light, This is an 1800 lumen light that is obviously produced by Olight, and it's I do have a review on this on my channel. I'll link that up above, so you guys can check that out if you're really interested. But for the price, I think it's really fantastic. It has some admin modes that I'm not going to get into. I get into in that review video here, but you know, it's got this 1800 lumen kind of turbo mode there, and then it does have a strobe function as well. So in terms of an EDC light, it's got that tactical bezel on the front that you could strike somebody with, and that blinding light, you know, could be enough to stop like a drunk attacker or something like that. So really great light. And again, this charges through a magnetic connection, and you know, I charge this maybe once a month, if that, and it's always been reliable, good to go. So I do like that a lot. The last tool that we're going to talk about in my everyday carry is the Leatherman Wave Plus. So I've had this since 2018, and again, I don't use this or carry it every single day, but if I'm going to be working in the yard or working on the house or working on the truck, sometimes it's easier just to reach for your Leatherman that's already on your belt, if it's, you know, a simple Phillips head, flathead, something like that, than trying to go back and forth out of the garage and the toolbox and things like that. So this is a great tool, and it saved me in a pinch a bunch of times. I generally carry this within a RAE gear holster. I don't use any of like the hex heads on this holster or anything like that, but I find that the Leatherman Wave is just a little bit too heavy to carry in your pocket. I do have a pocket clip for it, and I have tried that. And I tried it for a while. I really did try to make that work, but I just find that it is too heavy, and the pocket of your pants just don't have enough structure to really hold it up and be supportive of this kind of weight. So I went with a belt clip holster. I went with the metal one instead of the leather one because the leather one was just too expensive, and you know, it just didn't really make sense for me or what I'm doing. So that's what I'm carrying for tools on a mostly everyday basis. All right, so let's get into what most people are actually probably here for this video, and that's the self-defense tools. So the first thing I carry is a can of OC spray, and this is from Saber. I actually just replaced this because the other one I had expired. So this is a Saber Red, just little, I think it's like a 1.5 ounce or something like that can of OC spray. And you know, if you're going to carry a firearm, you should carry a non-lethal option on you as well, because you're probably most likely going to use this to defend yourself rather than your firearm. Firearm, again, is last resort. So can of OC spray, this is Saber Red. I've been sprayed with it before. It sucks. It's not awesome, and can really save you in a pinch coming out of a movie with your girl, some drunk guy fighting, whatever, wants to start shit with you. You know you got this in your pocket. You can spray it, get away, you know, notify cops, whatever. So definitely carry this. It's awesome. Everywhere I go, I always have that. My primary concealed carry firearm, and these are all clear, I cleared them before I came down, is the SIG P320c, or the compact. And I usually carry this with a 124 grain HST from Federal round. So that's normally what I'm carrying in the winter time for everyday carry. Now I do have a full-size firearm that I do carry that I'll talk about in a minute. But this is primarily what I'm carrying on an everyday basis during the winter. It's a little bit bigger than my summer EDC, and I really try to go for, in the winter time, I really try to go for the largest firearm I can possibly conceal. Because the larger the firearm, the better grip I'm going to be able to get on it, the better sight radius I'll have, the more accurate I'll be with it. So that's generally why I try to go with a larger firearm. And it really just, I try to match it to what I think I'm going to encounter for that day based upon my plans, right? I did take this firearm to the SIG Academy, did some training up there with it. It was great, performed fantastic. I have probably, somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000 rounds through that firearm. I've never once had a stoppage, and I find it to be incredibly accurate. So this is, the SIG P320 is my favorite firearm that I own right now. And I normally carry that SIG within, this is actually a Tier 1 concealed Agis holster that I've converted to an Axis holster with this bungee that you see right here. So that's really simple. You can do it yourself. It should be pretty self-explanatory, but if you're interested in a video on how I did that, just let me know in the comments below. If there are enough people are interested, I'll make a video on how to do it, but it's pretty simple. It's pretty self-explanatory. You should be okay to figure that out. But I've had this holster for probably, I don't know, 2 years. I do have a review on this holster. I'll also link that in this video as well. But this holster is fantastic, love it, been very happy with it. I think it conceals well on me in the winter time for what I typically carry, or what I typically wear. So I normally wear like a hoodie and jeans and boots kind of thing, rather than what I'm wearing today. But this is generally what I'm carrying for a firearm in the winter time. Moving on to the full-size firearm. So when I would typically carry this is if I know I'm gonna go to some type of like large outdoor event, like a festival, a fair, that kind of thing, where I know I'm gonna have a jacket on me the whole time. I have a pretty small frame, so to conceal a full-size firearm can be a little bit difficult for me, but if I have a winter jacket on the entire time, I know I'll be good to go. So if I'm gonna be in any type of place where I don't expect to remove my jacket, I'll generally carry my full-size firearm, and that is my Smith & Wesson M&P chambered in .40 caliber. Now for the round I generally carry in this, it's a 165 grain federal, it's a federal Hydrashock is what I generally carry within this firearm. So I've had this was actually my very first firearm that I ever purchased, so it's sentimental to me in a way. I'll probably never get rid of it. I went through many trainings with this firearm, and it's the ergonomics of the Smith & Wesson M&P, I don't think you can beat. This is actually the Gen 1 full size. I'd like to upgrade actually to a 2.0 model, but probably the compact with like the 4-inch barrel is what I'm thinking I'll probably upgrade to. But I love this firearm. I'll probably never get rid of it. Like I said, it's got some sentimental value to me. I do have a Hogue grip on this, and I've put an Apex trigger in it as well, but that's about it for mods on it. But like I said, I usually carry this when I expect to be outside for the majority of time, and I'm not going to remove my jacket. I'm going to be around a large group of people. You never know what people are going to do, so I'd like to carry the largest firearm I can so I can be the most accurate I possibly can be, and I probably get the most trigger time with this firearm, so I'm the most comfortable with this firearm. I normally carry this firearm within my Don Hume holster. This is just a slide holster is what I think they call it. And this will keep it very close to my body on the outside of the waistband. I don't generally carry this inside my waistband. But this is a really good holster. I've had it for I think since 2018, I've had this holster, and yeah, happy with it. Awesome. I mean, not much more to say about it besides that, but keeps it close to your body when you're wearing, like I said, a jacket. You can't, no one's ever said anything to me about it. No one's ever seen it. So it's great. It's great. Another holster I might use, and it just depends upon the situation. So maybe I'm wearing a big hoodie that day and I'm not going to be wearing a jacket, but I'm still going to be outside for the majority of time, around large groups of people. I do have the T1 Echo holster for my full size that I will sometimes conceal carry this with, which is just, it's super rare. It's, you know, very, it's just situation dependent, and I don't have a lot of situations in which I find myself doing that, but when I do, this is the holster I'm using. This is actually with the black camo and the hunter orange here. And this is a really good holster. If you guys are interested in reviewing this holster, let me know. I do have some thoughts on it. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know. Put that in the comments below too. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for me, and that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. If you have any questions about anything that I've shown here, if you want to see a review on anything that I've shown here that I don't already have a review on, go ahead and let me know. Put it in the comments below. I try to respond to all the comments, and I respond to most of them. So if you do have a question, chances are pretty good that I'm going to answer you back, and you'll get an answer to your question based off of my experience. The next video, we're going to go back to doing some Chevy Colorado content. I got an Op7 tailgate light bar that I'll be doing a DIY on and putting together a video on that. I'm just waiting for the weather to get a little bit better. It's been freezing here in New England, and today it's snowing and raining, and it's just god-awful shitty weather this time of year here. So again, I don't know why I live here, but I digress. So again, if you like what this video or content about the Chevy Colorado and DIYs for the Colorado, go ahead and hit that like button, hit subscribe. It helps me out a lot. It helps this channel grow. So I really would appreciate it, and you won't miss out on any future content. So you help me out while you're helping yourself out. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.